You're going to go out and you're going to do what Courtney told you to do. Vote for change. Vote APNU AFC. Do you hear me? All right. Could we give a warm, loud welcome to Mr. Nigel Hughes?
Greater than yesterday, greater than the day before. My God, it's gonna do a great thing. It's gonna do something more. Signs and wonders in the land. Miracles all around. Everything you see in your world, the best food I shall reveal the best now. The best is yet to come. Oh, you get ready. The wind of change is here. Get ready for a brighter day. Get ready for a brighter day. Oh yeah, the best is yet to come. Oh, get ready. The wind of change is here.
Brothers and sisters, good afternoon. As a people and as a country, if we don't know our history, we will never find our destiny. We are standing here this afternoon on very, very holy ground. In 1823, the colonial murderers that ran this country beheaded in excess of 100 slaves on this ground. So our ancestors' blood is here. It has been a long, long journey. It has been a painful journey at times. And we have lost some sisters and we have lost some brothers on the way to this unity. We have lost people since Kausila. We lost Shaka Blair. We lost Ronald Waddell. We lost over 400 sons. And most recently, we lost Courtney. Anytime we gather as a people, we must pay respect. So join me in 30 seconds of respect to our foreparents in absolute silence. Thank you.
Don't miss you. I'll find a way to get through. Living without you, 'cause you were my sister, my strength, and my pride. Only God may know why. Still, I will get by.
Now that we have found unity, we got two major questions that face us. Well, first one is, what are we going to do with the unity? But more importantly, how are we going to protect the unity? Because unless we can protect this unity, we will end up exactly where we were last year and the year before. And we would have failed our foreparents who gave their blood and died to see the day for this unity. Now, we have made many, many, many missteps in the past. We have distrusted ourselves. We have distrusted our neighbors. We have believed that it is always our time. But now that God has been kind to us and afforded us this last opportunity, we have to show humility. We have to show that we are strong. We have to show that we are committed. And we have to demonstrate that we will fight come what may to protect this unity. I have news for you. If you thought Courtney Crummy Wing was provocative, in the next 34 days, you are going to see even more provocation. And we have to be our brothers' keepers, because they will attack our brothers, they will attack our sisters, and they will try to drive wedges between us, because we are facing a desperate regime. A regime that understands that as a people we have only changed government once in 50 years. That is our failing as a people. They believe that there is no new day for them because of their sins and their iniquity. But we are better than that, because we don't seek revenge. We have a country to build together. But it is important, brothers and sisters, that we understand some of the most fundamental things that we have to do to protect ourselves from ever backsliding again. And one of them is that we have to change this Constitution. Now, it's easy for me to say change the Constitution, but we must understand what it is about the Constitution that has led us to where we are. Never again, brothers and sisters, should we vest in any head of state the powers of a king or the powers of a queen. Because it's only kings and queens that don't have to answer to the people. Once we elect a president in this country, he must be accountable to us. He must be liable to suit. And he must not be a minority president. The president of this multiracial rainbow that we call Guyana must be elected by a majority of its citizens. We must change the Constitution so that never again should a president wake up one morning and when the people say we have no confidence in you, he removes the parliament. No more prorogation by any king. I don't want to spend time lamenting why we have wasted 50 years fighting each other, because all our institutions are set up for us to attack each other. And every time we shoot down a brother and we think we score a point, we think we have done well. Well, in this brave new world that we call Guyana, in this little part of South America, understand that the real wolves that challenge us are not those in Guyana, they are those in the world that want our natural resources. And if we cannot protect our patrimony and our natural resources, it will be taken away from us. The future of this country does not lie in giving away large tracts of land to foreign people to develop it when we can develop it for ourselves. How is it possible that the sons and daughters of slaves and the sons and daughters of indentured can sit down and all you can get leased land, and every foreign national is getting hundreds of thousands of acres to do what? Cut trees when we can cut trees. Understand that there's no magic in protecting the environment. We are capable as citizens of protecting our own environment. We don't need any foreign power to tell us how to manage our resources. And let me talk to you very briefly, brothers and sisters, about a new Guyana, because that is what we have to start building from now. We don't have to wait for May the 11th. We have to change the way we think. We have to change our culture. We have to change our health patterns. We have to change the way we govern ourselves. And more importantly, we have to change the way we look at ourselves in the mirror. Because to build a new Guyana, brothers and sisters, we have to build a Guyana which is competitive with the world. How dare somebody come and tell me in 2015 that they give us a house lot which we have to pay for as if they're doing us a favor. We have already paid, our foreparents have paid for every square inch of this country. And never again should any politician, including myself, ever say to you that it is a privilege for you to get a house lot. It is paid in full. What we have to do is make sure that politicians, and I include myself, do not ever again manipulate us so that we bring ourselves into collision with each other. The new economy, brothers and sisters, does not lie in us telling our children that they must make the same mistakes that we have made. How is it possible that you can say to the child of a cane cutter that the future for him lies in picking up a cutlass and going and back-breaking work for the next 40 years of his life until he becomes medically challenged? It is irresponsible. Similarly, the way the world is operating, there are no guaranteed jobs. Our future lies in making sure that we are the best, the brightest, the best equipped, the most efficient, so that when the Chinese come here, they come here for us to teach them. Now that will require a sense of purpose and a resoluteness of mind. I know we are happy because we are on the eve of change, but understand that change is just the beginning. It is the embryo. The real challenge will begin when we have to rebuild this country on May 12th. And we will have to rebuild it and build it as well, hand in hand, because we have to work together and do something we have never done in the history of this country. The new economy, brothers and sisters, is the internet and the superhighway. So we have to ensure that our children are not taught foolishness and asked to do 17 and 18 subjects. We have to teach our children how to think critically, because your ability to compete does not depend on your ability to recall, but it's your ability to look at the future critically and find the best path. We have to train our teachers differently. We have to teach our young people differently. And for the mothers who have those children to bring up, we have to make sure that you are in the most comfortable environment and ensure that there are enough daycare centers so that while you are toiling for the country, your young ones are being looked after by the best professionals. I don't have much time, brothers and sisters, because two great men are coming after me. But I want you to understand that this is very, very serious time. And we must be serious and we must be resolute. Of course we will party, but we must party understanding that the future is ours and it is ours to lose. We are in a very vulnerable position. We are less than 1 million people on the same land mass as the United Kingdom. And the way the world goes, it is not very difficult for some very rich entrepreneur to buy the resources of this country and leave us in a position exactly like we were 6 months ago. Do you believe that either Forbes Burnham or Chetty Jagan would have dreamt of the day when they could not even hire Guyanese labor to fetch a wheelbarrow in the Marriott? And then you come and insult us and tell us we must celebrate the fact that foreign labor has built what we could have built ourselves. We have to wake up, brothers and sisters. I want to say to you in closing, I want you to understand that this argument about benchmarks that are 22 and 28 years ago is the most backward thing that could happen. How dare you tell me that 22 years ago you couldn't get a house lot, you had to fetch water. 1 year ago I didn't have the same cell phone. 2 years ago several people here did not have the same cell phone. The future of this country does not depend on how we can look back and identify the errors of our way, but making sure that we are the most competitive, the best educated, and the leader in the Caribbean. I say to you, all of our foreparents, all 6 races are looking at us tonight as we stand on this blood-laden land, and they are praying that we will find our destiny. I say to you, may God bless Guyana. May God bless you. May God bless these good men that will lead us. And may our own dreams be our only boundaries. Peace. The best is yet to come.